Hi, we're trading the ES on a 2000 tick chart with the 21 EMA. So I drew my overnight highs here and my overnight lows here. So we had come off the overnight lows. This first trade here, I didn't take this trade because it was kind of early, but we're in this range. We have a breakout, pullback, second entry long, off the EMA, off the highs of the range, expecting to get to this side of the range because that's range rules. Once you come off of one side of a range, you're expected to reach the other side. And so it looks very nice. And so then I drew this trend. At first I drew it like this, but as it played out, I felt it fit better like this. Um, so then we reached the highs, and so now you come off the highs, and this uptrend is also in play, so you wouldn't really want to go short there because of the uptrend. But then you get a break, expecting a new high. It's not too bad to go long there, but you have this short-term trend line, which invalidates it for me. If it had closed out, or maybe got a higher low with enough room for one-to-one back to the highs, it could have been good. But just don't really get anything here. So then it works anyway. We push through. We have these two legs up now. And then this has a small break, new high, no short-term trend line, but I still don't like going short there. I really want to see it start to reverse before I take a fade entry for the daily range. So then we have, this is a failed second entry, but this is, if you draw it like this, it is still one leg down. So first entry, then second entry. So it's a failed second entry below the EMA after a breakout. Most breakouts fail. I saw it like this at the time. I thought that looked really nice. So I got entered with a stop order, 4 points, 1-to-1. There was enough room down to here. I think there was like one tick enough room back to the overnight highs. And then I ended up drawing this channel after we turned down at the EMA again. And so now at this point we have this downtrend. We have a break. This was my next trade. I kind of got scared in the trade. I almost wanted to get out of break even, but um, I did not get out of break even, thankfully. So the downtrend um, has a small break, and we are expecting a new low, expecting to fade the range. The EMA just held twice, pretty nicely, once, twice. So I thought it looked pretty good. I entered with a stop order. I really, it would have been a lot better had, say, like it closed further out and then there was more room to this trend line. Um, but that this is just what I got. And so then it bounced. It was kind of getting congestive, but then it bounced. It came up here. I kind of started getting scared. Then it went down and it went all the way back up. But ultimately, it did just drop on down and fill my target. And I do think it's a pretty decent trade. So enter with a stop order on that one. I'll go through it again. Downtrend break, expecting new low, expecting this range to fade. Second entry short. EMA held twice, so I thought it looked pretty good. And so ended up being right about it too. We make a new low. So now we start to bounce early, and so we have a couple legs up. And so at this point, it's kind of just, you can't really do anything until a structure starts to form, a new trend or a smaller range they can trade. And after I got these two highs, I drew the highs and then moved the low down to here, and then it held again here. Um, and then I got this next trade here, and I'll explain this. So we broke out of the highs. We had a break. So uptrend, break, first attempt higher, second attempt higher, failure. And it was also fading this range. There's plenty of room. Now, about the EMA, it is into the EMA, but you're in a range. The EMA does not matter nearly as much. Not only is it range day, but you're also in a smaller range. And so I had no fear going into the EMA here. Um, So yeah, and also it's a failed second entry. We have a first entry long, second entry long, failure. So I think it's pretty good. I entered with a stop order, 3.25 points. Um, just so y'all can visualize it, I'll draw it here. So there's that. Um, so yeah, pretty good day. Three winners, all 1-to-1. Very nice. So here we bounce early, and then we have when it bounced early here, I was kind of scared to go short again. I mean, there isn't a very good setup, but even if there was, I would kind of be wary of it. And we have a second leg down, so now it's 2 legs down. So first leg, I'll make that easier to see. So first leg, second leg, it's measured, and we bounce in the middle of the range, so that completely makes me not want to go short off these highs anymore, because it did, like, if it had gone down and maybe bounced early, 75% of the way down, then I would have felt better, but it bounced early, you know, midway through the range twice, so that kind of took away my faith in going short at this point. So we rush, I'll move that away for now. We brushed above, pulled back. We did go below. Not a good breakout pullback. You wouldn't really want to take a breakout pullback anyway because the really trending and breakout pullbacks are more for trends or if you come off of the lows of a range. For instance, like right here, you can't come off the lows of the day, breakout pullback in the direction of um, the fade basically. And so you don't really get that here. And so this trend, I was kind of cautious with it. I didn't want to take this long here, so I drew this trend. It was the third bounce, but we had this overshoot here, and so I was thinking we could break. I wasn't sure if I should move it up there. I think right here is probably still best. But it's just I don't like taking entries that just have an overshoot before it because it could break. You know what I mean? So we reach the other side again. You don't want to go short inside of this uptrend, even though it's breaking out of the overnight highs again. And then we have a break. Technically, uptrend gets a break, expect price to make a new high, and then the EMA holds it down twice. So I was thinking that that could just be the 2 attempts failing. But then we do start to form this range. We break out. We have these 2 legs up. That doesn't look bad now that I look at it. I didn't really catch that in real life, in real time. Um, but we have the uptrend break, new high. We're almost off the overnight highs. It's a second entry. Technically, yes, there's a first entry short, second entry short, third entry short, but it's 2 legs up, and then this uptrend has a break and a new high. And it's a fade of this range. So 1 to 1, you could have easily gotten out. I think I'll mark that. I didn't catch that in real time, to be honest with y'all. Um, but I think it looks pretty decent, to be honest. So after that, we fade the range. We bounce off the lows. We go back above. First entry short, second entry short. Um, that doesn't look as good. Let me draw this. So, yeah, it still has a short-term trend line going through it. Even if you draw like that, it's kind of arbitrary, but uptrend break, first attempt higher, second attempt higher. What's not good is that the EMA just held like that with a, bullish, very bullish bar. So I'd kind of be worried about going short. Also, if you took that, I wouldn't like this trade exactly because there's certainly no room for one to. Well, there actually is room for 1 to 1. It didn't look like it though. It looks like you'd have to go a little bit out, but that could easily fool. But it is congestive. It certainly doesn't look anything like this. That looks a lot better. But yeah, I just really missed that. So anyway, we break out of the range again. At this point, we have a clear bullish imbalance for the daily range. Like it's clearly going up here. We might even start having something like that soon. So yeah, looks like that can start to form. But so yeah, we break out, immediately go back below. It kind of, and one thing I want to talk about is the FOMC. It's not an FOMC day today, I don't think. Yeah, no, it's not. But the last few days have been FOMC days, and I felt like they were a little bit trickier, to be honest. But there's been like a lot of news items. I don't have the thing up here telling me the news items, but on Forex Factory, you can check every day on Forex Factory to see if there's anything that would affect the market. And there's been a lot of things lately, and I just feel like it's like a lot faster in the morning, and then it gets very slow a lot, after like 9:30. But but that's just kind of what I noticed. So anyway, that's just what I saw today. Um, I hope it helps. Hope someone learned something, and I hope you had a really good trading day yourself. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.